There we go. That's 0.1 points right there.
So you're going live. You want confirmation if you're live?
Yes. Oh, let's go. It's live. Yo, what's up, everybody? This is Monday Night Commish. I know it's been a long time. It's been a while, but the boy's back in town. And, man, I've got a lot to say today. I've got a lot to say about a lot of teams. And, man, week one, there was some drama. There was some great action. And, you know, we're watching a game right now. Look who it is. We got to get eliminated in the house.
What's up, League?
Who's that on the jersey? Caleb Williams,
QB1.
Chicago Bears.
Thank you.
Let's go. You going food?
Yeah. Can I get the garlic French dip? Yeah.
He's going with the garlic French dip. He's loading the fries up. Yes, sir. He's a beast.
That's right.
He's hungry tonight. I'm just gonna wait a little bit probably for food. I'm digesting like some foods. Thank you. Okay, so big game right now. We have the Chicago Bears and the Minnesota Vikings with JJ McCarthy. Okay, so we have 4 games, I believe, in this league that are still active. We have the get eliminated. Can you tell us about your situation right now?
I need 43 points. I have Aaron Jones and Caleb Williams, so I need 43 between the both of them. It's not looking very good, but if Caleb can throw like 4 touchdowns and Aaron Jones can catch a few passes, maybe get in the end zone, I have a shot.
And Caleb Williams, is that the Matt Eberflus offense still, or what's going on?
Oh no, it's Ben Johnson, baby, the best offensive line in football. That's right.
Ben Johnson to the Chicago Bears this offseason. A huge acquisition. Some would say the best head coach on the market.
Absolutely. He's been highly sought after for the last few years, and he handpicked the Chicago Bears because of Caleb Williams. He could have went anywhere. He could have went to Washington last year with Jaden Daniels and said no. But chose Chicago simply because of Caleb Williams and what he saw.
Chose Chicago because of Caleb Williams. And not only does Ben Johnson have Caleb Williams, so he's got Caleb, he's got DJ Moore, Rome Odunze, Colston Loveland, DeAndre Swift, Luther Burden,
Cole Kmet still.
Cole Kmet, Olamide Zaccheaus. And did we just revamp that offensive line too with Joe Thuney?
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, a lot of new
Stole the
additions.
center from Atlanta.
Yep, absolutely.
We saw what happened to their offensive line. We saw what happened to the Lions' offensive line.
Yeah.
Losing all those guys, so we know how important the offensive line is. We got Caleb connecting with DeAndre Swift. That's a 4-yard gain on first down, ladies and gentlemen. So let's talk about this.
That was good for Scott.
It's Monday Night Commish, so you guys know I like to hold it down. I can tell everybody what's up, what happened this week, my bold predictions, and just how I see this thing playing out. So here's what you guys got to know, what I've been telling.
Do you want to see any fantasy stats or anything?
Oh, perfect. We're pulling up some fantasy stats, so I've got these on lock. But let me tell you guys one thing. Ben Johnson is going to change this Chicago Bears offense. And you know it's true. Oh, DeAndre Swift again with a pass. We do have the Dynasty Champions down 5 points. Need the points from Swift to get over on the Vegas Koalas, his own father.
That was just 3.
And that was 3 points right there. We had the reception earlier for 1. So I think Scott is within perhaps 1 point of getting the lead on the Vegas Koalas. And wow, what a week it's been for teams matching up with their parents. Because not only did we have the Dynasty Champions and Vegas Koalas, we had the Green Machine and the Beast. What do you think about that?
That was the craziest game. I think that was the best opening week 1 game I've ever seen between the Bills and the Ravens. And he lost because of that fumble. The fumble that gave the Bills life lost Mr. B that game in fantasy because of that 2-point loss, which is crazy.
Yeah, and we heard it from the Beast on Discord.
Yeah.
They said we would take a Mr. Beast loss for a Bills W.
Yeah.
And be careful what you wish for.
Yeah.
Because that is indeed what happened. But I think the Beast did go to bed easy last night on the big Bills win. I mean, wow, what a way to start off the season for the freaking Buffalo Bills. I think it's going to be a good one for the Bills. I think, man, let's see what they can do. But in my opinion, Let's keep it rolling. Let's get some home field advantage for the playoffs.
It's really impressive how many points Alex's team still put up. Despite the Xavier Worthy injury, and he was still able to beat one of the best teams in the league. So that just shows like his depth and how many players he has to contribute to his team.
Absolutely. I mean, now just the wide receiver depth.
Yeah.
Zay Flowers
Yeah,
in that flex
I
too.
did not expect Zay Flowers to have such a game.
Was ready to rip.
I think they said that was his career high, like most yards ever in a game. So
Career high for Zay Flowers. But if you're the green machine,
he was wide open. Rome Odunze was wide open for a touchdown.
we got to find Rome for the TD next time. But if you're the green machine, here's what you got to be worried about. And he's a guy who was on the 2010s All-Decade team. Some would say was on his way to the 2020s All-Decade team at wide receiver. Puts up probably a solid 5 points for the green machine this week. You know his name? Tyreek Hill.
Oh my God.
I mean, what happened to that Miami Dolphins
Fell
offense?
off. I was trying really hard this offseason to trade for Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle, and now I'm so glad I didn't get a piece of it. Like, I want to stay far, far away from that offense. I mean, like, think about, like, just 2 years ago, like, get anyone in that Mike McDaniel offense, like, was just fantasy goals, and now there's not a single person that's relevant. I mean, maybe Devon A-Chain, but, like, his stock's way down, too, so I don't know. It's really bad.
The whole Miami Dolphins offense, you heard it here, absolute dog shit. I mean, that was rough, you guys. I mean, or was it the Miami Dolphins offense bad, or were the Colts that good?
It's their new leader, dude.
It's the question.
It's Danny.
What happens when you move on from the worst offensive line in the league and just go to a manageable offensive line?
There you go.
You make magic happen, and you rain down dimes on the opponents. And we saw Daniel Jones become one of the top scoring players in fantasy this week. Austin, do you want to hear a stat that I heard about Daniel Jones' performance?
I don't know if I do, but go ahead, tell me.
Daniel Jones and the Colts scored on 7 of 7 possessions. Were you aware of this?
No, I was not.
That is the first time that has happened in this century.
Dude, I've gone.
That a team has scored on every possession of a game.
I've gone entire years with him as the Giants starting quarterback, and he wouldn't have had 7 touchdowns in a season. So 7 scoring drives is crazy.
First time in the century. That includes teams with Peyton Manning, Drew Brees, Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, Phillip Rivers, you name it. Daniel Jones and the Colts, the first team in the century to do that. What an amazing stat.
Mike McDaniel for sure is going to be the first coach to get fired.
Mike McDaniels might need to start putting that resume out and get some interviews. Maybe another career choice.
Tyreek Hill to the Chiefs.
Tyreek back to the Chiefs. That'd be very interesting. But Odunze, baby. Let's go. Let's go. That's my guy. Let's freaking go. But you guys, we're watching the Bears drive downfield, and we are in the red zone, I believe, on an amazing catch from Rome Odunze right there. That's what we like to see. And, Daniel Jones, you need to watch this. We're watching the drive. That is the Zacchaeus, number 14. We're looking at second and 2 or so. What a solid start from Ben Johnson and the Bears. We have a nice drive going. And this is something that we didn't see last year a lot from the Bears and Matt Eberflus.
No, but Caleb did have his best games against the Brian Flores defense. Like, the 2 times that he did play against him, he scored over 20 points in both games last year. So he does pretty well against Brian Flores.
Caleb Williams, 6 for 6 for 51 so far. And it looks like we've got a timeout on the field. We're going to evaluate things and get the right play call. What a start so far for the Chicago Bears, driving the ball downfield. They're at home, Soldier Field, Chicago, Illinois. Look at that. That team looks completely different in terms of the body language from last year.
That looks like the guy that's going to overtake Josh Allen as QB1. That's what it looks like.
All right, let's not maybe go that far. Josh Allen putting up 43 points last night in our new 6-point passing touchdown league. He gets 2 passing touchdowns and 2 rushing touchdowns. Did you like the performance from Josh Allen?
Josh Allen is the most valuable player in Dynasty, and it's not close. It was a great game. I have nothing more to say. Like it was unbelievable.
What a sick game, and it's so cool that
A lot of luck, or there was some luck, but very great game. The tip pass in the back of the end zone.
oh
That
my
was
god,
unbelievable.
ridiculous. Yeah, just some great moments all around. All right, we've got Swift. He's going to be stopped short. We're going to have a 3rd and 4 from around the 7-yard line here. So what's going to be the play call from Ben Johnson? You know Ben does not want to come away with just a field goal here. He wants to get in the end zone for 6. So we'll see what happens here on this next play. All right, so let's just briefly talk about the Rye Bread Krispy Kreme matchup, the Battle of the Bakery 2025. And all I can say is that the donuts were not ready for temperatures, the blazing hot temperatures of the oven, because they got absolutely cooked thoroughly on Sunday. And it's not even stopping. It's still going on as we speak. Caleb escaping the pocket. He's running to the end zone, to the pylons. Touchdown. Touchdown.
Let's go.
Caleb Williams.
Should move. I'm coming for you.
Let's go. Wow. We might need to see the replay just to make sure here. It looks like he got it. Wow. Caleb escaping the pocket, showing off the leg work right here. We love to see it. Just getting confirmation. It looks good. But Caleb Williams with a rushing touchdown to start off the Chicago Bears season. Yeah.
Dude, Caleb looked awesome.
Looked unbelievable.
He looked great, dude. This is the new era in Chicago.
The new era of the Bears. Let's go. Rocking the Caleb Williams jersey. He sees his boy get in the end zone on the first drive of the night for the Bears. But yeah, my message to Chris is, dude, your team, it is not looking good. It's not looking good. Your quarterbacks are Jared Goff, Bryce Young, and Tua Tagovailoa. I mean, man, AKA the Three Stooges right there. How many of them are still going to have a job in 5 minutes from now?
You might need an upgrade, and lucky for you, you have 11 on your bench.
I do have the quarterback who is within probably a 10-mile radius of you right now, Chris. He's also the number 6 quarterback in Dynasty, Daniel Jones. So if you are interested, we can talk, but it's going to cost you a pretty penny. And look who's glad that I'd never traded away him for the 2 seconds.
That's true.
I held, baby, and it's paying off.
You do the value.
The value is coming back. Let's go. But Chris, it's going to be tough because, in my opinion, Tua, it's not looking good. Bryce Young, it's not looking good. And in my opinion, Jared Goff and the Lions are going to be last place in the NFC North this year.
Wow, that's a take.
That's my take. You lose 2 all-pro guards. You lose a center. You're banged up now even with the replacements. You're not going to run the ball. And Jared Goff does not like pressure coming up from the inside. It's going to be tough. I still think they'll be a decent team. They'll be a solid team. But they're not going to be better than the Packers or the Bears. Maybe they beat the Lions, but Lions, no playoffs this year. Chris, if you want to be in the playoffs, you got to make a move. I do like Jackson, Smith, and Jigba. It looks like he took a big step up this year. I think he's going to produce big target share for Jackson Smith.
Yeah.
I think like 10 catches out of like 20 completed passes.
Sam Darnold had like 150 passing yards, and Buka had like 120 yards. It's a Buka, or not Buka, sorry, JSN. JSN had like 120 of it. So
JSN.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, speaking of Buka, other Austin, original guy Austin.
I wanted to ask you some questions about players, and I just get your thoughts on it on the stream.
All right.
So I'll start with Ibuka. Is it fair to say Ibuka is the person that improved his stock the most over the weekend out of any player in Dynasty?
I think that's if you're talking to the casual fantasy football player, I would say yes.
Like overall long-term value for Ibuka.
But if you've been watching the hardcore Dynasty channels, if you've been watching Flock Fantasy, Underdog Fantasy with Hayden, you know these boys have been talking about Ibuka for a while. And they've been saying, watch out, this guy might be the number 1 wide receiver of this class.
Yeah.
But I would agree he probably did the most to improve his stock.
Absolutely. If the rookie draft was today for our Dynasty League, how high do you think he goes?
In my opinion, I think he goes number 2 overall.
Wow. So Genty's still the 101 and then goes above Hampton?
You got to go Genty 1.
Yeah.
I don't think you got to respect the talent.
Yeah.
and just the draft capital that Gianti got. But what I saw from the Patriots, I'm not impressed by that O-line or offense. I don't think Henderson.
No.
It's going to take some time to overcome Stevenson and a bad O-line. And then Hampton, I just don't know because the Chargers look pass happy.
They did. There are a lot of comments from Harbaugh of the offseason how he wants to get Justin Herbert in the Hall of Fame, and you're not going to do that handing the ball off. So, they're gonna pass the ball.
No, and when you see the talent of Ibuka, you got to respect that as just the level of player he is. He's just a much better football player than those other running backs. Not to say that they couldn't outproduce him at some point. Ibuka's a better football player. Yeah. We'll have to wait and see on McMillan and Hunter because those guys played each other, but not a lot of production.
Yeah, absolutely. Another player I wanted to ask you about, someone that I traded for over the offseason is, so speaking of Flock Fantasy and Underdog Fantasy, everyone's dynasty darling this offseason was Josh Downs. But we saw week 1, Michael Pittman scored 20 points, got 8 targets. Josh Downs scored 3 points. Do you think this was just an anomaly, or is Michael Pittman the true wide receiver 1 in that offense?
So, congratulations on that trade because it looks like it's going to work out for you. With a guy like Daniel Jones throwing the rock, you have to respect Michael Pittman as an alpha elite wide receiver.
That's true. I knew it. I saw the vision.
You've got to respect it. And here's the thing. When you're talking about target share in the Colts offense, it's going to be 2 guys taking 60-70% of the targets. And it'll be Michael Pittman and Tyler Warren.
Has a strong chance for, honestly, tight end 1 this year. With the George Kittle injury, going to miss a few games, and Brock Bowers potentially being hurt and suffering.
We'll see. Tyler Warren, he may not be the best testable guy in terms of athletics that you'll ever see, but something about that guy tells me he's not going to miss games to injury. He's just going to be a tank. He's going to be catching passes, all sorts of routes, all sorts of use cases. Tyler Warren is going to ball out. But I do agree, Michael Pittman's stock goes up. Josh Downs, Adonai Mitchell, stock goes down for the time being. We'll see how things play out because you never know what kind of roles those guys can carve out in the offense where they didn't even know the starting quarterback until a few weeks ago. Yeah. It was still up for debate.
Another guy I wanted to ask you about is Kenneth Walker. So is there any concern with you, the snap share that he got with Zach Charbonnet and kind of like the distribution of handoffs and touches in that offense?
So personally, I've known this for a long time, but you and everybody else is about to learn this. By week 4, we will be saying everyone will be shout from the rooftops, and they'll know it for sure. Zach Charbonnet is the alpha running back of that room and is going to be producing 80% of the stats for that running back room.
So Kenneth Walker is a sell in your opinion in Dynasty.
Kenneth Walker is a hard sell, but here's the thing: no one's buying right now.
Right.
Not for the price that you want for Kenneth Walker, at least.
You kidding? No.
But Charbonnet, I do like that on Alex's bench. We'll see how it goes this year, but clearly on the tape, Charbonnet is more talented. He's tougher. He's just the more dynamic running back, and Walker just cannot get past the line of scrimmage this week.
Yeah, absolutely.
He can bring up the occasional 80-yard run, but you can't trust that that's going to happen in a given week.
Yeah, absolutely. Other guys I wanted to ask you about is, so we've seen like some of the top receivers in the league put up duds this week. So A.J. Brown, Nico Collins, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jamar Chase. Is there any cause to panic for any of those guys?
All right, so we're going to... That's a good question because people are panicking hard right now. This guy...
Still off bad chips.
Big panic on Thursday night.
Someone Venmos me for my dinner tonight, they can have A.J. Brown.
But I was looking at the NFL.com OTD history this past week, and I looked into the history of who were the highest scoring players by season. So this means what player scored the most points of any position for the whole season. So for example, right now Josh Allen would be the leader because he had 43.
Yeah.
Blah blah blah. 4 of the seasons in our league history, the top scoring player was Jamar Chase.
Oh wow.
He had 3 50-point games, 140. It's just crazy. Patrick, you have nothing to worry about with Jamar Chase. I am kind of glad you didn't accept my trade offer of 3 first-round picks for him, which one of them would have been Neighbors, because I feel like that still would have been overpaying. But nothing to worry about because Chase will be back. A.J. Brown, in my opinion, will be back. That was just, you're going to get those games every now from A.J. Brown, but We know he's going to have that 60-yard bomb to open up next week, and they'll be fine. Nico Collins, my opinion, that was one of the biggest hype trains with nothing to back it up that I've ever seen in fantasy football. The guy was going in, I think, the second round of most drafts.
Yeah.
And what is he like? What's he really done for the course of an entire season? And what was the state of the Texans' offensive line getting blown up every single play? But I know the Rams have a good pass rush, but it was ugly.
Yeah.
The pressure, and C.J. Stroud was not looking good under that pressure either. And I don't know if Nico Collins is going to be able to bail Stroud out, and if he's even good enough in the first place to lift that offense up.
Yeah, absolutely. And so that's a good pivot point, because I wanted to bring up what about Stroud? Because Stroud's looking like a one-year wonder. If this continues, I don't know how he can play behind that offensive line, because he's a statue. Like the things you said about Jared Goff, I think very much applies also to C.J. Stroud. So, what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, if I'm the Dynasty champions right now, I am absolutely shitting my pants at the thought of my QB2 position, because
Spencer Rattler though, dude.
he does have Rattler. Rattler actually looked better than Stroud. Besides that hospital ball he threw, Chris Olave behind line of scrimmage.
Chris Olave can't stop catching hospital.
yeah.
Caleb making magic.
Caleb takes off, first down, slides. Look at that beauty.
Dude, Caleb might get me the 43 I need.
It was awesome.
By himself.
But
Just an update.
Update
Scott
alert.
is officially. Wait, is he not? Did I miss something?
Oh, not yet. He's still down 2. Unless it hasn't refreshed. Oh no, down.
He is still down. Okay.
Down less than 1 point.
I thought. Nope, he only has 4.3. Apologies.
So yeah, DC's. You have a great quarterback one for a long time, because that Packers team is good and they will produce just by virtue of it being a great team. CJ Stroud has no business being on anyone's starting roster for any time and for the foreseeable future. You know, I'm a guy that likes Stroud's talent, but he's a guy, he needs a supporting cast and a good O-line to produce, much like Daniel Jones and Jared Goff.
I mean, that's a guy we're talking about, like, values being, tanked. Like we were talking about Ibuka, his value skyrocketing. CJ Stroud's value is, tanked. After his rookie season, this is like he was a guy that was getting drafted in the top half of like the first round dynasty startups. And now, like, I don't know if anyone wants to touch him. Like, he might be a QB3 on your team, but like you're not drafting him as one of your starting 2.
So how do you feel about on Keep Trade Cut right now? He's still listed as a number 10 dynasty quarterback. That hasn't adjusted yet for this week's performance.
I think that's optimistic, and it's a little hype from his rookie season.
What does the adjustment take him down to? Once guys vote on this.
Yeah, I don't think he's in the top 15 of dynasty quarterbacks. I don't think he should be in the top 18 of dynasty quarterbacks. I think he should be somewhere around like 19 or 20.
Do we see guys like some guys?
Like I would take Justin Fields over. Any week. I would take
Michael
Justin
Penix, Brock Purdy.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh yeah, Brock Purdy.
Guys like this. Yeah, Scott, you have some big issues in that quarterback spot, but we can't hate on the DCs too much. A great performance overall with a lot of depth on that roster. Oh, who is that? Is that Komet or Loveland? Loveland with his first reception as a Chicago Bear. First down.
And so we were talking about dysfunctional offenses. Giants offense looks just as dysfunctional as ever. How do you feel about Malik Neighbors? I don't know if there's anyone on that offense that you want to start. We had kind of just the same thing with like the Dolphins. I mean, Malik Neighbors is going to get all of the targets, but like, I don't know if he's not scoring touchdowns. Like, what's his ceiling realistically?
As a Neighbors owner, I'm not excited about the prospects of this particular season, because that is a horrific offensive line. And Russell's and whoever's quarterback, I don't care if they start Dart, Winston, or Russell. I don't care if they start freaking Aaron Rodgers. I don't care if they start freaking Joe Burrow back there. They're getting pressure in their face within 0.5 seconds, and they're not going to play good. They're not going to make completions. They're not going to move the chains. It's just not going to happen. And yes, Neighbors will get his 8 receptions a game, but I'm worried the guy's just going to be getting lit up on double teams, taking big hits. I'm a little worried, I'm not going to lie. Although I do think he will produce. The Giants need to do to their O-line what they did to their D-line. And just let's worry about the trenches. before we're worried about signing freaking Russell Wilson, any new wide receivers or running backs, let's draft O-line and sign O-line. That's what I think.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they've been investing into the O-line. They've been trying. Every guy they sign or every guy they draft ends up sucking. Any guy they sign ends up just regressing. It's been a constant rebuild since they won those Super Bowls. They're trying to fix the O-line, and they haven't. They get one good guy, Andrew Thomas, and he just can never stay healthy. So
he's still out, right?
Yep. Still
From
out.
the foot injury last year.
Yep, absolutely. So it's the biggest struggle I've ever seen in my life. It's just unbelievable. All these defensive signings, like everyone was so hyped. I don't know if you watched the game, but like you have like Abdul Carter running in on Jaden Daniels, like a closeout in basketball. Like he's like running at him like with hands up in the air instead of like going to get the sack. It's like, what are we doing? This Giants football doesn't know how to win. It's bad. They just should blow the whole thing up. Honestly, just trade everyone or just be relegated because I'm done. I'm so sick of them. As a diehard Giants fan, I couldn't even be bothered to watch the game on Sunday because I didn't want my heart to be broken. I instead watched the Raiders versus the Pats, which was a way better game to watch.
If you guys are wondering why I traded arguably one of the elite prospect dynasty running backs in Tyrone Tracy, it's just because I can't have two Giants on my team. It's just too much.
Yeah.
I can handle one, but I can't handle two. I can't handle two.
Speaking of which, it might work out for Cody because Cody might win. He's tied right now with Patrick, who only has the defense. If Caleb keeps scoring, it's not looking good for Patrick.
People are sleeping on the island of misfit toys,
Yeah.
at least for this season. They have a playoff potential caliber roster there. Breece Hall was a big positive trade for them.
Yeah,
That one worked. That one's gonna work out well.
Like the better running back. Like I don't think it's the same situation. Going into week 1, people thought it was probably a lot the same. Like Kenneth Walker and Zach Charbonnet and then Breece Hall and Braylon Allen. Both gonna probably be 1A, 1B. But after week 1, it looks all like Breece Hall. So I think that quieted a lot of words. I still for some reason feel like the talk that I see that like they don't like Breece Hall for some reason. So I don't know how much longer he'll be on that team. But as of right now, it's definitely his backseat. So you gotta feel good about that.
And you got to feel good about Baker Mayfield if you're Kobe too. That guy just produces. What can you say?
Yeah, especially now with the 6-point touchdown, I think Baker is going to be a great quarterback.
Yeah, and doesn't even have
Aaron Rodgers got the best vintage Aaron Rodgers performance of all time. Yeah, I did. Thank you.
vintage Aaron Rodgers. But yeah, I have to say, Cody's team, I'm not too upset with it. Patrick is a team that always shows up and contends, and they have some work to do to maintain on this win and to see what you can do this season, because they really are very, very shallow at quarterback, with really only Jaden Daniels producing, and then that second spot being filled by either Russell Wilson or Jackson Dart if the job changes hands. But if you are Patrick, you do have to love Jamar Chase and Ladd McConkey. Although they only combined for 18 points this week, I think we can probably reasonably double that as a baseline going forward, because that Chargers offense, you can't tell me McConkey's not going to just produce like a mad dog going forward.
I don't know if Keenan Allen gets 10 targets every week either. I think you'll start to see a lot more go to Ladd McConkey.
I agree. And as the Get Eliminated starts to put this French dip to work, let me discuss some other matchups of the league that we haven't talked about yet. The first one being the Heroes Dynasty Deserves versus Mike Vick in a box. This one right now, the box is down approximately 64 points, and they have Justin Jefferson, TJ Hawkinson, and W. Richard. I do not know his first name, the gentleman kicker on the Vikings, but they have some serious work to do.
Has Justin Jefferson caught a pass yet?
Jefferson has 0.4 points, so must have had a rushing situation right there. But yeah, some serious work to do. Does not look good. It looks like the Heroes will maintain this victory. They could not have been confident after Thursday night with Dak Prescott only putting up 7.82 points and then Pacheco putting up only 4.8. They must have thought, wow, this week is a wash. We're going to lose for sure. I mean, we're facing what people are saying is a top 3 team in the league according to the money lines that are out. But the Heroes, they said, do not count us out yet. We have Garrett Wilson, Alvin Kamara, Brock Purdy, and Jacoby Myers.
Can I get a water, please?
to produce for us, and they absolutely went to town and they produced like an OG vet team, a hungry team, like the Heroes Dynasty deserves are. So it looks like they're going to hold on to that victory there. The Boxes will take a nice L, most likely, but stay tuned. We talked about the toys, the koalas. What's the last matchup? The Mun Dynasty? You and Shinryu. So that's the last one. For whatever reason, it's not pulling up too well. It's like skipping. But the Mun Dynasty is projected as the number 1 team in the league. And if they go down week 1 to get eliminated, that's sending a big statement that, hey, this league is a lot closer than what people think. There's not elite teams. Anyone can win it. We still think the Mun Dynasty are going to easily be a playoff team, but it might start off a little bit rocky. Agreement right there.
I think the Mun Dynasty, even if they lose, is still the favorite to win the championship.
It is a loaded roster. But if you are the Mun Dynasty, there are a lot of question marks after this week. Drake May in the Patriots offense. Kenneth Walker and his control of that backfield. Nico Collins. Brian Thomas Jr. And Hunter now taking target share. And the Liam Cohen not really looking that great so far. So there are question marks, but he does have to love to see Justin Fields produce like he did. That was a huge plus.
I feel like having all of those question marks after week 1 and still being able to put up 150 any week is like a baseline and a floor. Like, you gotta love that. So
yeah,
he's gonna be a really hard team to beat every week.
Will he be the Mr. Beast of 2021, the Green Machine of 2020, the Rye Bread of 2014? Probably not. The best statistical season of all time, the Rye Bread of 2014? Probably not.
Is that true? Is that a true statement?
It is the best statistical season of all time, where I had Aaron Rodgers and Andrew Luck as my starting QBs.
Oh, wow.
DeMarco Murray, Rob Gronkowski, Jordy Nelson, Odell Beckham. It was an absolutely stacked team.
That's unbelievable.
And it was back when it was actually 2 quarterback, straight up. It was just Austin. I only lost 1 game that entire season,
wow,
including the playoffs.
Wow.
That was a 16-1 season. I mean, man, that brings me back to senior year of high school.
That's crazy. That is a really stacked game. Really blew it up.
It got blown up, and I lost half of the guys to the expansion. Only Cup and Kelsey, but they did make quite a dent. All right, you guys, I don't know if I have too much else to say. We really went through a lot of material on all the teams, all the games. We've got a 7-0 game with the Bears. Q2 is starting now, so I want to let you guys get back. I know everybody in the league is watching this live with their girlfriends, with their wives. You know, I think I see like there's 10,000 people watching this live right now. A lot of donations, a lot of chat going on, so we appreciate it. This was another edition of Monday Night Commish, the greatest podcast in league history. Get eliminated. Is there anything else you'd like to say to the league?
No. Thanks, everyone. Have a good night.
You heard it here first. Have a good night. Peace.